is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 better than Guardians of the Galaxy? What's up, everybody? Alright, so we're fresh off of Guardians of the Galaxy 2 now, and we're just enjoying what Marvel's given to us. And let me first say that I love Guardians of the Galaxy, and I also really like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I thought they were both really fun and entertaining movies, and whatever I say is not me knocking on the other movie, but it's just gonna be my honest opinion. So really quick with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I thought some of the things that they did really well in the movie was expand on the characters, give us more about their background, and let us understand who they are so we could connect to them and grow closer to them and just like them even more than we already did. And James Gunn succeeded with that greatly, especially with characters like the blue guy. Shit, there's like 10 blue guys. Yondu. I thought Yondu had a great moment at the end of the movie. I guess I won't say it since we're so close to the release still, but they really expanded on his relationship with Peter, and that was really cool to see. And at the same time with Yondu, they also explored some of Rocket's character, which was also interesting to see. They did that really well. But I think the person that's going to go most underrated in this movie in terms of character development and understanding who they were, at least in my opinion, because this person to me was one of the most interesting parts of the movie. And honestly, I could watch an entire movie of this person and the other person that I'm about to say, which was not just Gamora, but Nebula. Nebula in this movie, which is also another blue person, by the way. Nebula in this movie is really interesting to me because, yeah, she seems like a bitch, okay? Especially in the start of the movie when she's trying to kill Gamora. But then she has that moment, and I'm not going to say exactly what it was, but there's a moment in the movie where her and Gamora are talking, and you really understand a little bit more where Nebula's coming from, to the point for me that when I heard what Nebula said at that point, I was like, okay, Gamora's kind of an asshole, and she kind of deserves to be smacked in the face a little bit. And I thought that dynamic between Gamora and Nebula probably could have been played out a little bit more and could have been used in the movie even more, because it was really interesting to me. So definitely the biggest positive is the character growth. That's easily the biggest positive in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 from the first one. But I think it stops there. Like, seriously, I think it stops there. If we look at Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, the things it does better, in my opinion, is a lot of things, okay? I mean, a lot of things. Other than character growth, okay, Guardians of the Galaxy kind of served as, like, think about the Avengers, okay? Think about the Avengers, that what they did with that movie, what Joss Whedon's goal with that movie was to bring together a bunch of characters, introduce them briefly, have a bunch of cool action sequences, and make sure that each character gets some time to shine and that each character grows to be likable. That's what the Avengers did. And that's exactly what Guardians of the Galaxy set out to do. They weren't trying to give you some in-depth character analysis on all these people. They were trying to introduce a bunch of new characters to this Marvel Cinematic Universe in a fun way, in a way that a lot of people would like them, and they did exactly that. I think the action was better in the first movie, not by that much, even though, let me say that I think the action in both movies has been kind of underwhelming. These can be really cool characters to use in action sequences, and I don't think they're used that well. I mean, just look at Drax. In both the movies now, I mean, we got a guy named Drax the Destroyer who looks like he's 280 fucking million pounds, could destroy you by just hugging you, and he literally, the only thing we've seen him do these last two movies is get his ass beat. With that being said though, I still do think the action in the first one is better than in Volume 2. I also think the comedy is a little bit better in the first one, a little bit. Okay, this is really close, but a little bit. The thing with Guardians of the Galaxy, both movies have done this. I mean, they're just gonna play shit out, okay? I mean, they joke too much, and then they joke too much again, but somehow we still laugh at it, because I'm not gonna lie, when I watch both movies, I'm laughing all throughout. But the biggest area where Guardians of the Galaxy stands out to me as the better movie compared to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is the story. Now, I know you're gonna tell me like, okay, really, you're gonna say the story's better. Guardians of the Galaxy didn't really even have that much of a story. That's true, okay? It didn't. I told you, it was kind of like the first Avengers. It served as a movie to get a bunch of people together, and it did that really well. But at least it had a story, okay? Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, you're kind of left, like, through the first 2 acts of the movie, pretty much, you're kind of left just, like, moving throughout the scenes. You got, okay, Gamora's doing her thing. Okay, Yondu's doing his thing. Okay, Rocket goes over there. Everybody separates, kind of doing their own thing. Not until, like, the 3rd act of the movie do we really get, like, a storyline. It just seems, like, discombobulated, and everything is kind of in its own direction, and then somehow kind of comes together at the end, kind of. But there's really no story to hook you in through the first 2 acts. There really isn't. If you go back and watch it, everybody's kind of doing their own thing, and everybody kind of has their own problem, and it's kind of jumbled. It really is. Now, I definitely thought the character moments within that jumbled mess keep the movie from being a bad movie. I also think that just just the sheer entertainment value the movie has with comedy and action also keeps it from being anywhere near a bad movie. But I do think that the story in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 Volume 2, I really don't think it even exists. The movie kind of just floats along until you get to the third act. So definitely, in my opinion, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 is better than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Do you think Volume 2 is better than 1? And do you disagree with me? If you do, tell me why in the comment section below. If you agree with me, of course, you're right. As always, thank you for watching. Listen, don't be mad at anything I said, okay? I'm just keeping it real.